Ah, hello and welcome. I am the awful chef and I got hungry, so I'd better make some food. That happens a lot. Happens every night, in fact. You too, I bet. So, what do we got? No. Jalapeno flavored potato chips. That's what we got. Yummy. So, today's show is a bit unconventional as we have a guest chef who is not appearing on camera because she's terribly camera shy. And this guest chef has been cooking for 2 days. What does that mean? That means yesterday we had a leftover spinach gratin and a big box chicken. Yeah, it doesn't make the best recording. So, sorry if our content's missing a little. But, right now what we got is, this. Yeah, crock pot. Been going for 2 solid days. I spent a lot of my formative years in the Central California cattle country, and that gave me a very fresh take on food. Mrs. Chef grew up in San Francisco, and in that she was exposed to many of the finer points of centuries of cuisine, and so her take on food is a little different. She actually will occasionally talk about French kitchens that have had a stock going for 100 years. And to me that's like, oh, boy, I bet that's something special. Yeah, a little bit of a different approach to life. So, what we have is, well, I'm calling it bone soup. It kind of reminds me of the old joke about stone soup. You know, where the beggar shows up with a rock and says, let me make you some soup. Oh, give me some carrots, onions, celery, meat, vegetables, all the good stuff. Oh, stone soup is wonderful because of all the wonderful things we put in it. There's just a rock at the bottom. Well, this is bone soup, and unlike a rock, it does actually contribute a great deal of flavor. So enough talking. What do we got? Well, we got the classics. Carrots, onion, and celery. We got some herbs. Rosemary, thyme, bay leaves. We got some beef stock. That's pretty much dinner as is. Let's see. We got some red wine that's been cooked down. And we got bones. Oxtails, specifically. Now, the oxtails were braised in seasoned flour, were dredged in, seasoned flour, and then browned, thrown in the crock pot with all those vegetables. There are turnips in there too, and let to cook all day yesterday. And then after cooking all day yesterday, of course, all the beefy stuff in those oxtails and that little bit of meat came out into the broth. Oh, that is some broth. Loaded with collagen and all of that stuff that makes people like eating dead animals. So, threw that in the refrigerator overnight. Took it out this morning. Did that French thing. And scraped off all kinds of ugly fat. Put it back in the crock pot and it's cooking some more. Now, here's a difference in technique. This is what you're supposed to do. Me, on the other hand, I'd take that, I'd add some flour and make into a beef-based roux. And make that into some very thick sauce. Or thick gravy in there. But we're going to be healthy-ish with this. And get rid of the fat. That might be one of the things that differentiates French cuisine from American. So anyway, to recap, carrots, onions, celery, red wine beef stock, bay leaves, garlic, rosemary and thyme, red wine, meat. In this case, oxtails. Dredged in seasoned flour, browned, thrown in the bottom of a slow cooker. Cooked, cooled, defatted, cooked some more. So at some point, that's going to be dinner. So that's it. I don't know if I encourage you to try this or not. Perhaps skip the oxtails. It'd be just as good. Well, no, it won't. It'll be different. I won't argue that in the slightest. But it will definitely be edible. So that's it. Thank you. I'm the Awful Chef. This is social media. Please do that social media thing and subscribe, like, share, and we can be together forever. Yeah. Looking at me every day for the rest of your life. Wouldn't you like that? Thank you and goodbye.